Jacinta is very stubborn. You can't beat Jacinta in a debate.
Nigerian journalists interviewed Jacinta Ngobese Zuma. Guys, what happened next will leave you in shock.
That is one aspect about Jacinta that makes her so unique. She is extremely resilient, stubborn. You cannot shut Jacinta up. She will always have something to say. And she got that thing from Nelson Mandela.
I said I wasn't going to talk about anything concerning South Africa, but seeing this video made me go crazy. I never imagined a Nigerian, not to talk of a Nigerian journalist, interviewing the almighty Jacinta. Well, guys, let's see how everything goes.
I'm going to show you guys an interview that Jacinta did with a Nigerian journalist. You know, there's something I love about Jacinta. Oh my God. Jacinta is very stubborn. That is one aspect about Jacinta that makes her so unique. She is extremely resilient, stubborn. And she got that thing from Nelson Mandela. You can't beat Jacinta in a debate. You cannot shut Jacinta up. She will always have something to say. No matter how you try to suppress her. I'm so in love with her, especially after this interview.
But does anybody ask the white people in South Africa? Is it every white person in South Africa or every non-black person in South Africa that has their papers?
But you see, that's what you don't understand. Much and much is not going to go to areas where white people are and advocate for white people. We're not a voice for white people.
No, I'm not saying advocate.
I'm trying to make you understand how we end up it looking like black on black.
Right.
So remember, we are black people. We are in black people areas. We talk about things that affect black people. So tuck shops and these killings of children wasn't happening with white people. It was happening to us as black people, right? So when we advocate for those children that have passed away, we don't care whether it's being done by pink, orange or green people. We care about the source of the problem. So if the source of the problem is Pakistanis, Somalians, Ethiopians and whatever, that's who we're going to deal with. Right now we go to these factories that are exploiting people, that are working overnight and doing that. Those are Chinese. We still don't say, oh no, you're Chinese. We're not
Have you been to Chinese factories?
Several times. Several times. I can even show you pictures of myself going to Chinese shops with the police.
Please share them with me when
I'll show you now. Yeah. So we go there with the police. We say like, okay, these people are undocumented. We've dealt with plenty of Pakistanis, Somalians who don't have documents. It's not an issue of just black people and us fighting with black people as some people like to perpetuate. It's absolutely not. Like I keep saying, this issue is not an issue of skin color. It's an issue of documents.
But it's black people that are mostly being affected, Jacinta.
Well, that's because it's majority of them that are here undocumented. There's nothing we can do about that.
But nobody's documenting. Nobody's releasing any. In fact, as you rightly said, if there is no data for all the black people coming in, surely then there can't be any data, or at least accurate data for all the white people coming in.
But you see, that's where you keep
even all the Chinese.
But that's why you keep missing my point. I'm repeating the points. You see here, we are in Chinese shops. That's me. You can see me personally dealing there with Chinese and Pakistanis and Somalians. I look for more of them.
I'm waiting for it to download.
And I'll show you. So what I'm trying to say is that it's not a skin color thing. It's a are you documented thing. And the reason there's more black people who are undocumented is because more of them are coming in undocumented. You understand? And as you can see, those Malawians that are over there, they can't afford to live here. Do you understand? So where are they going to live? They're going to live in those poor communities where there's poor black people. So they are the ones that are going to be complaining about them being getting what they need. Because remember, when those Malawians are going to hospitals, I'm talking about those particular ones because
the ones outside,
they go to hospitals where there's other black people. So who ends up not having medication, which is something we've been suffering from all along now. There's not enough medication. There's not enough beds. There is not enough space for people to go. So you can't make it seem as if this is a race thing. It's a struggle for resources, which is what I always say. And South Africa does not have enough resources for South Africans. Then comes Malawians who are having problems with their own governments. We understand they're poor, they're sad, and all of that. But now, it's not white people that are going to be suffering when they don't have beds in hospitals. White people are fine. They don't have to deal with them. They're the ones that probably even keep them and treat them like slaves and will make them work 10 hours or 15 hours a day and pay them 100 rand. You know, white people are the ones that are benefiting from those Malawians. But look at where they are now, displaced, because they don't have money to go home. Who is not paying them the money? The people that are employing them. So this is exactly what we're saying, that we cannot have a system that glorifies modern day slavery just because we're saying it's black people. It can't be. Because remember, those same white people that you guys are saying we must fight against are the same white people. They come here and they worship and they treat like gods while we're trying to fight them for a minimum wage. How do you think we're going to get the minimum wage if they're the ones going to white people and replacing South Africans as the modern day slaves? It's not going to work. So I feel like it's a one-sided thing where you're thinking that we're fighting you because you're black, but no, you're the one setting us back as South Africans.
You know, it is a blessing to have someone like this, an activist like this, representing the voice of the poor. To me, I would say that Jacinta is gradually taking over the job of Malema. Because, you know, Malema used to be this icon, this South African icon that all blacks, you know, whenever they're having problems with their employer or they're facing some kind of oppression or injustice, Malema is this kind of person they call to threaten anyone that wants to oppress them. But these days, you know, he doesn't seem to have that sting, you know, that authority, that fear that comes with it. But in other words, March and March has become a formidable force in South Africa. March and March has become the voice of the hopeless. Now, you know, I don't know, my wife was talking with a particular school. I don't know what problem she was having with our daughter. And, you know, there's this thing, you know, that Jacinta used to. She sounded like Jacinta to that lady, and immediately she got scared. Like many employers, authorities, schools, they are scared of this March and March right now. March and March is now making blacks to become powerful. I don't know if any South Africans have noticed this. It is a blessing to have that group. And I will encourage every black South Africans, you know, to support this group. This is your voice. This group is a blessing in disguise. This group is bigger than what it is. Very soon I see the white storming this group. I have seen white already sucking up to that group. That group is promising. That is just my thought.
Maybe also start treating them the same way they're treating us.
Okay, let's talk about that. Yeah. So, what kind of South Africans are in Uganda?
The South Africans that are working and
With who?
leading companies.
Like MTN?
Yeah.
Like Stanbic? Like ABSA?
Woolworths.
Okay, so where do they live at?
On the posh places.
So are they in town?
They're not in the equivalent neighborhood.
So if Ugandans say, let's get South Africans out of Uganda, you don't even know where they live at.
That's true.
But
you don't
that's
even
true.
know
That makes
them.
sense.
You don't even know.
You can't tell.
We had this one company, what was called ShopRite.
Yeah.
It was here. It's not Carrefour. Where are you going to go? You don't even know where they live. Because South Africans ain't coming to Uganda because ain't nothing for them here. Why would they be here? They would only be here if they're hired by Diageo, if they're hired by Anheuser-Busch, who are these guys? Nile Breweries.
Yeah.
That's now. So tier one multinationals. Otherwise, South Africans, why would they come here? Most South African migrants go to Dubai, Qatar.
I'm totally elated when this man talks. Not just because he speaks rationality and logic, not just because he speaks the truth, but because he confirms every single time everything I've been saying here. You see, there's this joy when you see an affirmation out there from intelligent people confirming to exactly what you've been saying. Right? Now, in case a number of you people who are mostly Nigerians do not really understand this particular accent, you know, because a number of you people are just, I've used that very insult a long time. You people are very much imbecilic, and it's all these motopacked touts that we see in Nigerians. We have more of illiterates in Nigerians than literates, and the ones that are literates don't even behave like literates. Why? Because the Nigerian academic standard had fallen a very long time. Over 30 years it had fallen. So you see someone that will tell you he's a graduate, but when the person opens his or her mouth, you won't believe it. And sometimes when you're talking, the person can hardly understand what you're saying. So most Nigerians would rather subscribe to Pidgin English, because the truth is that education, they went through systems that have failed academia, that had failed educational standard, right? But let's just drive away from that and get to the next thing. Here is the situation. Like this guy stated, There is a difference between, I always use this as an example. It's my personal experience. When someone begged me to always join his vehicle so that we can always travel. That's a place like, I usually go to see my parents, right? On the weekend from my place of work to the neighboring states, right? And this same guy does the same. So he would always ask me when I never had a car then, because this guy comes from a wealthy home. The mom bought him a car when he got a job. So this guy would always beg me, join me. I like your company, join me. Let's go home together. Let's travel together. He likes my company. He likes the way I talk, the advice, the way I reason, my rationality, right? Now this is different from my coming to him to say, please, can I follow you in your car? Now it's his car. On these two occasions, it's his car, it's same destination, it's from same point, right? But different approach. This is exactly how it is with South Africans. The South Africans you see in other African societies have been begged by those African societies to come and contribute to what those African societies don't have. For example, DSTV. South Africans you see in Nigeria work with these employees that have contributed to the civility and the development of Nigeria. Irrespective, despite the fact that, Nigeria is a country that swallows development, right? Nigeria is a country that makes a caricature of development, of resources that are supposed to develop them. Nigerians have this foundational inhibitive factor. It's foundational. It inhibits anything that is rational, anything that is logical, anything that is developmental, anything that is civil, anything that thrives, anything that is good, anything that has dignity, uprightness, anything that has virtue. You understand? Nigeria has a foundational inhibitive factor on that. It inhibits it, right? But let me not dwell on that. So you find out that there is a difference between other African societies coming to South Africa and South Africans going to your societies. South Africans are going to your societies because you ask them to. And this is also the fact that what they are coming to do, you can't do that. But you're coming to South African societies. They did not beg you. You're coming to take. They are coming to your society to give. They are coming to your society to contribute. And this is part of why a lot of you people are depressed and frustrated, because when South Africans forced you people to leave their homes on grounds that they had never needed you people, right? You people are the ones that are forcing yourselves, shouting, oh, we're contributing to your economy. If you were contributing to my economy, I wouldn't come and tell you to leave. So you don't have to be the one to start shouting, oh, but I'm contributing to your economy. This was exactly what Nigerians, in their buffoon nature, in their buffoonery, were alleging Ghanaians of, oh, we're contributing to your economy. If you were contributing to my economy, see, you can always lie to yourself and tell yourself, oh, I am contributing to this person. That is your opinion. You're contributing to me. But if I tell you I'm not, that's exactly the nature of Nigerians, and that is that's exactly how stupid they are. They are dating a girl. They are giving themselves the impression, oh, I am the one doing you a favor. Whereas inwardly, your activities and everything should, the girl doesn't even feel like you're doing her a favor. And that's why in the relationship, she is above you. You're the one struggling to please her. Because while your mouth says, oh, but I'm the one doing you a favor, she can boldly say, I did not beg you to do me a favor. These are the statements that most Nigerian men get. Right? Because the truth is that your activities shows that you are the one forcing yourself in that relationship. But your mouth to say, oh, but I'm the one doing you a favor, that is how retarded a greater number of you African people are. So South Africans are the ones, and that's the depression, because when you people go back home, you can't even chase them away, because the moment you chase them away, it's done for. You people are done for.